What you are about to hear is history when it was news. These dispatches are read exactly as written on the date that the events occurred. Because of that, some terms may sound ancient, even offensive to the modern listener. Also, in many cases, the news is inaccurate to what historians know now. Sit back for a few minutes and let's travel back in time. Here are the latest news dispatches for August 9th, 1945, brought to you by our Patreon page. If you would like to follow World War II in chronological order in real time through the newspaper and radio, follow us on Patreon. The link is in the comments to this video. And now the news. New York. The Tokyo radio said tonight that the Soviet Army suddenly launched an attack against Japanese forces on the eastern Soviet-Manchurian border early Thursday morning Japanese time. According to a bulletin released by Kwantung Army Headquarters at 3:30 a.m. Thursday Japanese time, the broadcast said the Soviet Army suddenly opened the attack against Japanese forces with its ground forces at 1 o'clock. Moscow. Soviet Russia declared war on Japan effective at midnight tonight and disclosed she had been asked to join the Pacific conflict by the Allies to speed universal peace. Foreign Commissar Vyacheslav Molotov disclosed that Emperor Hirohito of Japan had asked the Soviet Union to mediate about mid-July in the war in the Pacific, but added that Tokyo's rejection of the Potsdam unconditional surrender ultimatum caused the proposals to lose all significance. Manila. An immediate liaison between General MacArthur's command and the Red Army will be established now that Russia has declared war upon Japan. Present plans for continuing the war against Japan from this theater have been based upon the knowledge that Russia would enter the war. Russia's action bolsters the hopes that Japan may surrender without her homeland being invaded, but hoping is as far as it goes. Supplies and troops are being piled up at increasing speed daily, and nothing could be farther from wrong than the belief that the preparations for total defeat of Japan are being slowed, at least in this area. News of Russia's declaration of war reached Manila just before dawn. Guam, the world's second atomic bomb, most destructive explosive invented by man, was dropped on strategically important Nagasaki on western Kyushu Island at noon today. Crew members radioed that results were good, but General Spatz said additional results would not be disclosed until the mission returns. Spatz's bulletin reporting the bombing did not say whether only one or more than one mighty atom was dropped. Guam. Admiral Halsey's Third Fleet returned to its carrier plane devastation of the Japanese homeland today, adding its weight to raids on 4 targets by 402 B-29s. Admiral Nimitz's bulletin reported that American and British carrier pilots launched strong attacks on shipping, air installations, and other military targets on the northern part of Honshu Island at dawn. Manila. In more than 400 sorties from Korea to Malaya and the Indies, Allied planes sank or damaged 23 ships and 36 small craft Sunday night and Monday. They also destroyed 4 Japanese planes, which made the only interception. Moscow. Leaders of the Polish Provisional Government arrived here this afternoon and were greeted by a Red Army honor guard and a band which played the Soviet and Polish national anthems. In the party were Prime Minister Edward Subka-Marowski, Vice Premier Stanislaw Mikolajczyk, temporary Polish President Boleslaw Berut, and Minister for Industry Hilary Mink. It is believed here that the Polish ministers will discuss with the Soviet government questions relating to Russian help in the reconstruction of Poland and also matters of common economic interest. Paris. Marshal Peitan's part in building up a secret air force in France through the occupation in order to aid the Americans when they landed in North Africa was the principal revelation in today's session of the Petain trial. Other anti-Nazi actions by the aged Marshal were described. London. The 4 great Western powers today signed a pact to establish an international military tribunal for speedy mass trials of Germany's war criminals to demonstrate that aggression leads to the prisoner's dock rather than the way to honors. The legally unprecedented document established the tribunal seat in Berlin, but provided specifically that the first major trial, one expected to bring more than 25 Nazi chieftains together in the same dock, shall be held in Nuremberg, long the seat and meeting place of the party. The powers of the tribunal also include the right to disregard technical rules of evidence in the interest of speed, to take strict measures to prevent delays, and to accept historical documents as record. There will be no appeal from the tribunal, and defendants apparently will not be allowed to call witnesses under the sweeping master plan signed by the United States, Britain, Russia, and France. The tribunal will have the power to punish by death and to deprive the convicted of stolen property. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell. If you would like to follow World War II through the news and pop culture in chronological order, don't forget to follow us on Patreon. A link is in the comments to this video. You just heard the latest news dispatches for August 9th, 1945. My name is Henry Chop. Have a swell day.